Before we get, so thank you for the good turnout. We're all going to have a great day. If you haven't signed on yet, you've got to sign on the building behind you with your licence and everything else. When you get your transponders, that's up in the tower here. Okay, so you've got to leave your phone number and make sure you don't leave the track with the transponder or you get nasty voicemail messages. All right, at 9 o'clock, well, as soon as this is done, the drifters are going to go out and destroy some tyres while we're all getting ready. This sign-on sheet will go around. You've got to sign on that you've heard the driver's briefing. If your car isn't scrutineered, go back down to the scrutineering bay straight after this. And first timers, if you've not been to this track before, stay back. I need to talk to you all. Okay, you must have your armband on when you're entering the track. It must be shown. No armband, you don't get let on the track. You're not allowed to swap the armbands. Wakefield Park rules is if you swap an armband, it's an instant life ban from this track. Passengers will have a different coloured armband. There are passenger sessions which will be done by speed group. That's the safest way to do it. We're going to have one passenger group before lunch and one later in the day. Depending on how many cars break, we may have more passenger sessions. Also with the passenger sessions, it's the same rules for passengers and drivers. Wrist to ankle clothing, non-flammable unless you really want to burn, but we won't let you, so you can't. We do have Southern Cross Motorsport here taking care of the safety of the track today. They'll have rescue and recovery vehicles and a tilt tray. So please, if you see any of them, thank them for their help because they're important for our day to run well. Also, can we all thank our volunteers? They put a lot of time and effort into this event, and without it we can't run. That's the guys in the scrutineering bay, the guys that are going to be burning their heads off on the wall all day. So if you see them, just make sure you give them a thumbs up and respect what they ask you to do. Okay, in the pit and paddock area, which is around here, your speed limit is 10 k's an hour, pit lane is 40. When your speed group is called, you form up here on the dummy grid, and then you'll be let out. Your sessions are done in a timed amount. We don't wait for everyone to get there and let you out. If you get there late, you miss part of your session. Okay, so listen for the calls for your speed groups. Your speed group sticker is a coloured dot that will be on the top right-hand corner of your windscreen. If you're not sure of which group you're in, go down to the scrutineering bay after this and they'll put it on, or they'll confirm it for you. If we change your speed group during the day because you're going faster than you originally thought you would, we will change your speed group. We'll put a new colour sticker on your windscreen, and if you're not at the car, we'll put another one on your steering wheel so you know that there's been a change. Okay, so please watch out for that. Now there's no burnouts here, especially on the main road. Don't go hooning along the road up here if you've just fixed your car and you want to check something because the police like to catch you out there. Now, if you have a wristband, you can come into the dummy grid and you can come here, but you cannot go on the pit wall. The only people on the pit wall are the officials. Okay, now, one of the reasons you're all in speed groups is so there's similar skill levels. There may be some guys in cars, usually with lots of stickers, who are racers, that do more races than track days, and their instinct is if there's a gap, they're going to go for it. So they're going to be respectful of you other guys and not try and go for it, but sometimes that might get the better of them and they won't obey our rule of only overtaking on the straight. So guys who are used to racing, used to taking that gap, back off and leave the other guys alone, but always look in your mirrors and keep it safe. The faster car has a responsibility for overtaking safely. If you've got a car that's a rocket down the straight but not that quick in the corners and you're holding someone up all the way over the back, let them past. Okay, you're probably going to learn something of getting through the corners quicker if you let them through. Okay, now if your car stops on the track, stay in the car. We will flag the session and we'll get someone out to help you out. Don't get out of the car unless it's on fire. If it's on fire, run to one of the flag points, please. We'll be using the lights around the track today. You can't see any of them here, so it's no point me demonstrating it to you. Green means it's all good to go. Yellow flashing means be careful. If it's a double flash, there's somebody off. Be extra careful. You can usually tell by the dust clouds that someone's gone off. If it's red, you come into pit lane. If there's enough time on your session, you'll be stopped back there in pit lane until it's clear and you'll go back out. But if there's only 2 minutes left, you'll be sent back through. Okay. If you go silly and you crash on the track and we've got to stop everything and get you rescued and all the rest of it, A, we want you safe, but the other thing is you're going to mess it up for everyone else. Okay, so be sensible on the track. We don't want accidents. We don't want any lunatics. because everybody's paid good money to be here and don't waste their money. Now, in the pit lane, one of the things Renew is known for is our safety rules. A lot of people don't like them, but it means we've never had anyone hurt. One of those rules is when you're in the carports, if you're jacking a car up, unless you're changing a wheel, you've got to put stands under it. If anything more than this much of your body is going under the car, which is basically that bit, if your head's going under, you've got to have stands, okay? There's so many people with them, you've got no excuse to not use them. If you don't have them, ask someone if you can borrow them, please. When you're refueling, we ask you to refuel only near the compressor down the end of the first row of carports because there's a large fire extinguisher. The smart thing to do when you're refueling is to have someone help, preferably get them to do it because we don't want you refueling in the gear you're driving in because you tend to burn quicker that way. Next to the compressor is also where you can inflate your tyres if they're going flat or they're too low for the cold weather. Now, have we got any other questions before I move on? Okay, we're going to have another briefing before the drag session, just so we can go with you the sequence of how we're going to get you out and get you all going. And also prior to the regularity, we're going to have a briefing with those guys. If you want to do the regularity or want to know about it, come and see me during the day because we have to have everything for that sorted out before 1 o'clock. Okay? So if there's no further questions, red group's out first. Everybody go get ready in their cars. Your speed groups will be called out to you. And first time is if you could just hang back please. Thanks guys. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. Guys, just quickly, when your first couple of laps, be cautious because you don't know what's down on the track. There is some oil going up the back. They put sand on it, but it'll take a while for that to absorb. Also, when you're on your out lap, do not go around doing 60 k's an hour trying to warm your tyres up for a lap and a half, then you'll blind and then slow down again. This is not super lap. If you do that, I'm going to kick you off the track. Okay? Because all you're going to do is hold everybody else up. The fastest lap set here in this club, the people going flat out from the get-go. It's the only way you're going to get your tyres warm today in the time you've got. The only warning I've got is the pit exit. Don't go silly out the pit exit because of the surface, you'll end up spitting it into the wall. Okay, so please be careful and don't hold anyone up. Thank you guys.